Then do some more. 2, then it's 28 and 42. Can divide some more. 2 and 14, 21. Then you can divide by 7. 2 and 3. Cannot divide already. So those numbers that you divided until cannot divide, this is your HCF for this answer. So HCF is 2 cubed times 7. So it's 56. So that's where you get your HCF. But your LCM, you go all the way. That means LCM is this entire thing. So this is your LCM. It is 2 to the power of 4 times 3 times 7. Don't give me your answer like that. They say find LCM. They never say leave your answer as a product of prime factors. So 2 to the power of 4 times 3 times 7. Give me 336 here and 56 here. So please make sure you can recall how to do this. Okay, if the question is asked in this way, one, 1, 2 is 2 to the power of 4 times 7. 168 is...
Oh my god, I retarded.
What?
I was 6 instead of 9.
So 3 2s. 2 cubed times 7 times 3. Okay, if you are finding HCF and LCM by prime factorization, that means they don't tell you what the original number is. Remember HCF, you take the lower one and the common one. Okay, lower power for the common ones. Okay, so HCF, you take the lower and common one. LCM, Ufa and May, you're listening to this part. Okay, LCM, take the higher power. Then the common ones, as well as the uncommon ones. So you take the higher power of those that are common. And you also want the uncommon ones. So please take note, it can only be asked in these two ways. Make sure both method you know. So now is the time to make notes. Question 3, I drop my jaw when I see your answer. Press calculator also wrong. Cannot?
He's so loud.
I hear some sound lah. I don't know it's Mr. Chua. How to tell?
His voice.
Okay. Okay, question 3, this one. Nothing one. Press calculator. If you also press wrongly, I don't know what to say. So if I press the calculator, 302.6 square, you all try again if you got it wrong. Okay, so this one, this is what you see on the calculator. 47691.02083. I want 4 significant figures. So this 4, I will look at the number beside it. Since it's less than 5, I round down. So this one becomes 0. Anything before the decimal point reset to 0. Anything after the decimal point throw, the one already is insignificant. So all this number, you want. But this 1 must reset to 0. If you miss that out, it becomes from 10,000s become 1,000. It's not fair. Yes. Any number before the decimal point reset to 0. So it becomes this. Okay, then they say change this to standard form. So you shift 1, 2, 3, 4. Until a number that is between 1 and 10. So your number must always be between 1 and 10 for standard form. So jump 4 steps. So become 4.769 times 10 to the power of positive 4. Yes. They are trapped in between all significant, behind not significant. Yeah, correct. Not significant. Okay, expansion. I still have some of you who's making mistake with expansion. Three SF. It depends on where your values are. Okay, for example, like that. 3SF is up to 1 decimal point here. So I will look at the fourth one. Then I round up. So it becomes 36.1. 3SF. And then everything behind I ignore. Okay, so because one of the significant value is after the decimal point, that's why we need to count that in.
So
Okay.
if they say for SF here, it becomes 36.10.
Yes. So if this question wants 4 SF, is this 4 number? I look at the 5, I round up. So become 36.10. Then this 0 becomes significant. Because it becomes a 10. Yes. Okay? Okay, this one expansion, let me go through one last time. I made an assumption that you are all okay with this. 3x times 2x is 6x squared. Your square is missing. Okay, 3x times 3y. 3 times 3 is 9, not 6. So you are all making this kind of mistakes. Okay? Then the below is minus y times 2x. So minus 2xy. And then minus y times 3y is minus 3y squared. So the moment you show this step is one method mark already. The next step is 6x squared. Your minus 3y squared. And then this one you go and simplify. It's just 9 minus 2. So it's a 7xy.
Oh my days.
So some of you are losing these 2 marks for nothing. Expand out carefully. Okay, it's definitely the first page is a must get one. The first page, the whole 8 marks, 9 marks must get one. Y'all don't lose marks at first page. I see your first page, I already angry. It's like, huh? The first page like that, what is left of the page behind? Luckily, pick up a bit.
Only a bit.
A bit. Okay, next one. So sad. 6B. Open the copy, must take photo like that. Okay, second question, this one. Find the percentage which are 21 to 30 years old. So it's 144 divided by 360 times 100%. This one no problem. Almost everybody know how to do. Okay, it's this one.
You say almost.
Almost, yeah, got calculation error one. I got times 180 degree one. Okay, explain why is it not possible to calculate the number of adults over 60 years old? Because did they even tell you how many people take part in the parachute jump? No, how you calculate? So, because we do not know the total number of the adults, okay, who took part in the parachute jump is unknown. No total, how to find each proportion? I only know the proportion, but I don't know anything. Unless they tell you one group is how much, then you can. Can. But the marking will be delayed, because I just went through. Okay, next one is completing the square. Let me go through one more time. It will confirm be tested. Please make sure you know how to complete the square. So I only want you to focus on the first 2 numbers. So when they ask you to complete the square, the first thing you do is form the bracket square, the square. So this number, put the x in. Ufa? This number half. Half this number. Always true one. Okay? Then what are the numbers that you write outside? This plus 18 you copy. There is one number you need to put there. Remember, it's always minus. This one is always subtract, always subtract the 6 square. Okay? It's always the 6 square. If you want to have the minus 6, you can put in, but no issue one. Okay? You can just take that number that you have there. This number that you have here, half, right? Minus 6, you square it. Subtract that number off. That's all. So what are you left with? You are left with x minus 6 square. And then this whole thing you key into the calculator. Okay, you will get a plus 19, is it? No, minus 19. Okay, so they ask you what's the n. Don't give me the whole completed square form. They only want the n. So give me the minus 19. Okay, so I just revise a bit. If this is my expression, what is the completed square form? Or maybe I give you easy number 4. What is my completed square form? First, decide on the bracket. What's the thing in the bracket? X plus 2. The plus 7 copy. What is the thing I put here? Minus away the what? The 2 square. So just go and calculate this thing. It is a plus 3. So this is how you do completed square form. So if you have forgotten, note it down somewhere before prelim, go and revise. Okay, completing the square. Standard one, every time tested. How to read turning point from completed square form? From this number, opposite. Opposite sign. So 6. From this number, copy. So your turning point is always read from the completed square form directly. So from here, what is my turning point? How to read my turning point? So remember the x1, you must opposite, reverse the sign. So this is minus 2, then 3. So this is turning point. You can read turning point from completed square form. Turning point. How to read line of symmetry? This value is the line of symmetry. So when they ask you what is the equation of the line of symmetry, you just give me x equal to 6. This is line of symmetry. Line of symmetry is this one. So just give me line of symmetry is x equal to minus 2. So from completed square form, you know line of symmetry, you know turning point. Okay, so this one must know. Okay, then they ask you, why is it that when x is equal to 6, it will get its minimum value? Because when x is 6, this bracket square becomes 0. When this bracket square becomes 0, okay, it will obtain its minimum value. Because this thing is your minimum point. It happens when x is equal to 6. Then the whole bracket square is 0. Then you get minus 19. So this is how you explain. Or you tell me the minimum point is minus 6. 6 minus 19. That's why it's minus 19. Also can. So this question, I think, in your subconscious, they test you so many times already. But every time you get trapped. So can you not get trapped anymore? Nora, Chloe, I'm sure you never get this one correct, right? Find a way to wake yourself up if your friend is asleep. Wake up, wake up, wake up. If very tired, go and wash your face. Your eyes already like... Okay, never mind. Okay, so completed square. Who is that? Sailesh? Completed the square form, you know how to do? See, I thought you also thought. Who listened? Then Brennan smile. Okay, next one is what do you call that? perpendicular and angle bisector. I thought I show you all the video I demo before, still cannot. How like that? This one is a giveaway, you all don't want. How? Okay. Where is that? Oh, on here. Okay, you look at your equation. The lowest value of this equation can happen when this thing becomes 0. And when will this thing become 0? When x is 6. So when x is 6, that's why the minimum value is minus 19. So that is the point where your lowest value become minus 19. You cannot get a value smaller than minus 19 already. That's the smallest. Yeah, but you need to explain to them. Although it's obvious, you still have to explain to them. You go and email Cambridge, say why ask the obvious. This person, attitude. Okay, this one. Perpendicular bisector of BC, this line, right? I need you to put your compass, right? Okay, put it at one of the endpoint, open to more than half, and then draw an arc. So put the needle point at one corner, and then you draw the arc here. First one. Okay? Then put it at the other side and draw the other arc again. You will get the other arc. So once you have the two arcs, pass your line through the two arcs. And then this is your perpendicular bisector. So this is part A. Okay, next one is angle bisector ACB. This one. I want to bisect this angle. So you put your needle point here, draw an arc here and here. So, first step. Once you are done, put your needle point here, draw a tiny arc on this end. So which is like this. Okay, from this marking. Then now shift your needle to this part. Draw the other arc here. Like this. Okay, so with that, you can draw. I will send the video to you all today again to watch one more time. So this is your angle bisector, part B. So must follow through the step. So first thing, if you want to bisect a line, you open this thing to more than half of the line, and then you draw one arc here, and the opposite side the other arc. So you get these two blue arcs. Then you draw the line across it. Okay, but if you want to cut this angle, put your compass at the end point and draw an arc here. After you have these 2 points, draw one from here, draw one from 2. Okay, but the thing is, you must make sense of what you are drawing. This line that you draw will cut this into half, and it's 90 degrees to it. If it's not, you know you are drawing the wrong thing. This line that you draw must cut this angle into half. If not, you are drawing the wrong thing. So try to make sense of which one is which. 1 mark each. Not a lot, but it might allow you to do better for your exam. As long as they cut, then can. You look at, you got how many arc? You got pentagon like that. If you go and see Silesh one, right? He draw one like that here, one like that here. I don't even know what he's doing. How to drive me crazy. Okay, anyway, it says P is equidistant from B and C. That means P lies on this red line. Okay, because on this red line, no matter where I am, I'm always equal distance from B and C. And then it is also equal distance away from your BC and AC. So that means it must also lie on this line. So to fulfill both criteria, where must P be? Yes, here, intersection. So P must be here. So label part C. Then go and measure the distance between C and P, this one. And then they accepted anything from 5.2 to 5.6. 5.2 to 5.6. They accepted a range, so cannot be so far off. Some of you give me 6.1, don't know where you measure.
I got 6.5.
Some of your P here, I don't know where, how you get.
It was here.
Then you get what? No, it's not at the intersection, what? No, they 5.2 to 5.1. Yeah. Okay, this one. They say, can you rewrite this equation to get here? So what you can do is go and simplify this. So what I will do in the first step is to expand this one first, so that I get x squared plus 2x on the right side. Okay, next is I don't like the x as a fraction. So I'm going to multiply every term by x. So 2x. This and this, the x cancels out, so left minus 5. This and this, x cubed. This and this, 2x squared. So shift everything to one side. You bring over, become negative. Huh? Okay, so you compare term by term. A here is positive 2. B here is negative 2. Just copy will do. So A is 2 and B is negative 2. So just make them equal. Okay, and compare the answer. Yeah, can. If sitting makes you sleepy, you can stand.
If sleeping, it just
You can stand. Yeah. If sitting. Minus 2. Yeah, actually you do leh. 1, 2 period only, tahan. You all want to pass or no?
This one, why pass? I want to A.
Okay, good. Then show me.
I'm showing you.
Can. Okay, next one. Move on. Ayo, this one. Okay, this one I'm quite surprised that some of you can explain. Okay, they say, is it possible to draw a circle around it? If this is a circle, okay, my circle will be nonsense, but okay, we try. Oh, I cannot even. Okay, I make it smaller. Ayo. Horrible. Oh my god. Okay, never mind. Imagine, use your imagination that it's a perfect circle. If this thing is on a circle,
This one if you draw, then you go draw become. You compare it.
okay, wait. Let's try to answer. Let's try to understand. They ask you whether it's possible to draw a circle that pass through these 4 points. Pass through means these 4 points are on the circumference. If it is true, what do you know? Remember angle properties of circle?
Radius.
No, not the radius.
90 degrees opposite
90 degrees opposite diameter,
diameter.
no. Opposite segment, what is the rule that you know? So that means these two must add up to 180. Or the opposite two must add up to 180. So if you can prove this, that means the 4 points must be on the circle. So my end goal is to prove this. I already got this. This one 87. I want to show that this one on the opposite will add up to 87 to get 180. So I will go and first find what is CDB. So CDB is 180 minus the 124, which is 56. Angles on a straight line. This one, all must give reason. No reason, no marks for that step. Second, I know this is 56 already. Next angle I need to find is this one. So because it's isosceles triangle, I know ADB is 37. Base angle of isosceles triangle. Okay, so that's the second one. Last mark is to show that 37 plus 56 plus 50 plus 37. So angle ADC plus angle ABC is equal to 180. So if I've proven this, the most important property is angles in opposite segment. Okay, if you want to explain in words, since angle ADC plus angle ABC is 180, by angles in opposite segment property, okay, it is possible to draw a circle. Can. Sorry? I need to prove that these two angles add up to 180 degrees. Then I can conclude that these 4 points must be on the circle because of this property. Angle in opposite segment. Okay, if they don't add up to 180 degrees, then you will conclude that it is impossible to draw a circle to pass through that 4 points. So it's either a yes or a no. So this is a level up question. There was a period of time they always ask you whether it's possible to draw a semicircle around that 3 point. Remember? I have 3 points, right? I have a triangle ABC. Then they ask you whether it's able to draw a semicircle that touches these 3 points. If you can prove to me that this is 90 degrees, then by angle in a semicircle property, yes. Then they level up. They use this one. So a few years later, they started testing this. I don't know lah. Maybe one day they will test you angle at center, twice angle at circumference. Okay? Yes. What?
So what did I make mistake here?
Make my pencil thicker.
Teacher,
Huh?
what mistake did I make here?
I cannot memorize your answer.
You only give me 2 marks.
Do you use this property?
I think I did.
If you never write this property, the 3rd mark you never get.
No, you put like
Angle at center equals 2 times the angle at circumference.
This one is another one. This one is angles in opposite segment. What do you miss? I think it's the property. Yeah, you never link these 2 plus together is 180 by angle in opposite segment. You must add these 2 up. Okay, this one.
This one, are you doing prelim?
Am I what?
Are you setting prelim?
No, Mrs. Pei. Set prelim.
This one, what happened to
Huh? I cut this morning.
Good job.
Okay, Min and Ken, right? Each has this original amount of money. Let it be 5U and 3U. And then what happens is Min give away $22 to Ken. And then the ratio now becomes 3:4. So what they are trying to show me is the ratio of these two must be equal to 3:4. So I will set up my equation. 5U minus $22 compare with 3U plus the $22. Now the new ratio is 3:4. So once you write this, that is your first mark. Okay, second mark, cross multiply. So simplify second mark. Okay, third mark is solving the U's. So U is 14 per unit. So this is the third mark.
So you ever come to our class and say, I'm teaching this class?
No? Okay, the last one is finding how much money that Min has now. So in order to find the amount that he has now, you have to multiply by the 3U, is it? Yeah. So 14 times 3. Not 14 times 3. 4, 8, 12, 50, 42 leh, not correct. Now Min has this amount. 5U minus 22. So 5 times 14 minus the 22, you get $48. Okay? So this is the answer mark. Yes. Because this one is not in terms of you. This one is in terms of you.
I discuss, so it doesn't count. If I discuss with your AI computer,
Can, but this U is to sub in here. This one has no U. This 3 unit is the equivalent of 5U minus 32. So these 3 new units is a different U already. I need to find by using 5U minus 22. Because they are the same, they are equal. But I cannot say this is 3 times U because it's not 3U. It's 3 units. But another kind of unit. Okay. Next one. This one also. I move on. Okay, this page is the most important page. This page is the most important page, especially question 12 and 13. I don't know do how many times already, but you still cannot get these two. These two very, very important. Confirm tested in O level. Make sure you know. So first one is this one. Okay, first one is this one. If you still have not learned how to use the cross product rule, can you use calculator? No choice already. We need to resort to. So you go calculator menu. You go menu. Search for number 5. And then 2 for polynomial. And then degree 2. So you go menu 522. They ask you to key in A as 4. B as minus 7. And C as minus 15. Can you key that in? So 4 minus 7 minus 15. So calculator give you one answer as 3. The other one as 5 minus 5 over 4. Okay, so how to get back the factors from here? Shift this so that you get x minus 3 for one pair. Okay, the other one, cross multiply this first. And then you bring this over, become plus 5. So these are your two factors. Won't go wrong one. So the top part, I just need to see this. Everything is y, sorry. So use y, when they have y, you use y. Although the answer here put x, please change to y. Okay, so this is y minus 3, 4y plus 5. If you show me this, this is 1 mark already. Okay, next mark. Between these two, you can take out the y. Left y square minus 9. When you see two terms, it's always this one.
There's so many Y's. Why must we do this one?
Well, they are testing your capability to see problem. So this is y square minus 3 square. 9 is 3 square, right? So if you can change this to y plus 3, y minus 3, you get your second mark. So the 1 mark is here. Okay? And then final mark is to cross out the same terms. Never cross out like that. No such thing. Some of you cross out like that, still get the correct answer. I don't know how you did it, but cannot do this. It's nonsense. So final answer is just this.
If it works, it's fine.
No, it's nonsense. It's coincidence. So this is the answer. So this kind of method definitely tested in O-level. If you cannot do this method, use calculator. Nobody will stop you. Okay, at least you can get this method mark. And this one always tested one, I promise you. Always. Okay, so all these rules, please make sure you remember. I'm going through slowly so that you have the relevant skill. Brandon, you listening or not? The two of you sit together and talk. Brandon, eh? Yes. -3 or plus. Okay, see? This one here is a plus. So when I bring over, become minus. This one was a minus. When I bring over, become plus. So it depends on the sign you have there. So when it's a positive 3, I bring over, become -3. When it's a negative, I bring over, become plus.
So it's always the A square minus B.
This one, another one. Okay. This one is when you have two terms only. So when you have two terms, both perfect squares, right? You will do plus and minus. Which one first doesn't matter. I can write y -3 first, then y +3 also can. Both are correct. Yeah.
So it was A square plus B square. Then
Plus cannot. Plus, leave it. Just leave it there. Only minus you can factorize like that. Plus cannot factorize anymore.
so it was plus and
You just leave it as it is. Yeah. A minus B or A plus B, the whole thing square.
You watch Spider-Man?
It's the same one.
Is it good?
It's just that everything is plus.
You watch Spider-Man yet this time?
Like that.
You are the same book. You watch the Odyssey?
No, I never.
I think
A
it's not
minus
like
B square is A square minus 2AB plus B square. These three only. Okay, so these are the three that you have learned before. 1, 2, 3. Okay, the next one I want to go through is the fraction one. You go toilet already, still sleeping. Every 5 minutes, sleep 5 minutes, 5 minutes, the brain got wake up or not? Okay, this one. In order to simplify this question, can I appeal to all that maybe we do this method? It's the easiest. I look at the LCM for these three fractions and I multiply everything by the same LCM. Lowest common multiple. That means if every denominator has 2 and 2x plus 3, I will get rid of all the denominator. So what I will do is I'm going to multiply this first one by this. Can you see that the 2 cancels out? And I'm just left with x plus 1 and 2x plus 3. Okay, next one. I will multiply this whole thing to the second one. Can you see the 2x plus 3 cancels out? I'm left with minus 2 of this thing. The last row I multiply. Can you see the 2 cancels out? So I'm left with 9 and just 2x plus 3. If you use this method, you don't have to deal with disgusting denominator.
I deal with a horribly disgusting denominator. So right, if the 2 is already
You just use one of them.
I just need to bring 2x plus 3 over.
Correct.
Then everything else I just so wait. I'll bring over then I cross multiply.
If you are talking about these two, you cross multiply, right? Then this number here must get both of them also. You cannot just cross multiply this and ignore this. No, in order to combine this, okay, I know what all of you are doing. You all do this, right? When you all do this, you complicate matter. Some of you multiply this thing by 2x plus 3. Right? In order to get the same denominator. Then you all multiply this by 2 in order to get the same denominator. Then by right, this one should also multiply, but you all ignore it.
So we only need to multiply that by 2x plus 3.
Yes. Then can you see that everybody has the same denominator already? So it's as good as can ignore the denominator now.
So just cancel.
Can you see that this is just exactly this step here?
Yeah.
So you don't even need to write so many things. You can straight away become like that. Yes. What if the denominator is the same, these two? Denominator is these two. Then you'll be just left with 9 only. Then you cross multiply them. That means if let's say these two are not the same to begin with. That's why here I introduce this. This I introduce the other one. So that they will be the same. 9 over 3, then you need to multiply a 2 here also. So that all of them, if this is a 3, then they are not the same, right? I need a 2 here also. So that they will be the same. Okay? So what I'm saying is, this one, there's no escape. It could be 3 or 4 marks. Make sure you get this. If you cannot simplify this one every time it comes out, you're losing a lot of marks. Can you practice this one a lot? Make sure you can do. Okay, then after that, this is the next mark you will lose. This is a minus 2. When you multiply the minus 2, the second one also becomes a minus 2. You always ignore the minus, you just multiply the 2 in when this is a plus 2. You work so hard to get here because of this sign, everything is wrong. So can you all please make sure that this is also a minus 2. Please. I'm telling you all the trap, but you all keep getting into the mouse trap.
So the mouse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, plus 27. Then some of your mental sum, 9 times 2, you get, don't know, 7, don't know what. How you all get, I don't know.
The mouse, then the paper the cheese. That means they eat the paper.
So I need to comment on everything. Okay, so this is 5x plus 1. 18x plus 27. So shift this over. So x is minus 2. Okay, so can you please make sure this one you can do Okay, 11 is not difficult. 11, you just need to understand what is asking. Can done Okay, 11, 20 people. The mean weight of the entire group is total weight. Total weight of the whole group is 20 times 78. Total weight of the males is 12 times 84. So they want me to find, okay, total weight of the group, this one I have, is just what? 1560. Total weight of the female would be 1560 minus this, which is 1008. So you minus 1008, you get 552. But this is not the mean. Mean you must divide by the 8 females. So if you divide by 8, that's how you get 69. Yes. Okay, so this one be careful. Some of you gave me 552. You never look at the question properly. Okay, what else? The worst, the worst is 14. This is the first time I know you don't know what is equation of a straight line. Shock of my life.
So you can't have multiple shots on your line.
Yeah, that's why I thought one page is the worst already. Then until I reach the next page.
Gotta pick one.
Can. Equation of straight line is y equals to mx plus c. I only need to find the gradient and the y-intercept. So to find gradient, I use y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So you end up having gradient to be minus 3. So once you know gradient already, you pick one of these points. So for example, I will sub minus 2, 11 and gradient as minus 3 into this equation. So my y is 11, gradient is minus 3, x is minus 2. So it will be 6, c is 5. After you are done, put these two into this equation. So your straight line is minus 3x plus 5. This is the equation I want.
So how you know which one the y, which one the
Which one the y, which one?
for the gradient?
You can let this be x1, y1, x2, y2. So the formula is y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1.
So you find the gradient and then you make the y and mx plus c.
Yes.
When we do the y and the x, we use
Any of the pair. Okay? Okay, this one, indices, right? Can I highlight that 16 gets the power 3/4, not times 3/4. X to the power of 8, power times power. So remember 16 has the power 1, so power times power. So your 16 becomes an 8. This one gets 6. Can or not? So this one be careful, ah.
I thought x 8 must plus 3.
No, when it's am times n, you multiply the power.
Yeah, so isn't that what's happening?
So 8 times 3/4.
Oh.
Multiply.
X plus is what?
When both you multiply, you add the power. So this one be careful.
This also be 9x, or is it just the power?
No, so now this is 9 times 1. This is x cubed times x9. So you add up the power, become 12.
So only the one with the power must be.
Yeah, number with number, letters with letters.
And then for this one, is it not minus 5?
Minus times minus is plus 6.
Plus 6 minus.
Why you get minus 11?
So C
But is your C go over become minus C. Okay. Okay, this one, yes.
How you make the 16 become 8?
You just use 16 to the power of 3/4. To the power of, not times 3/4. Okay, so equation of straight line, be careful, is y equals to mx plus c. Then distance formula, in case you have forgotten. Yeah. Tiger.
But you'll be like a. You won't be a scary tiger. You know, a Pomeranian. You'll be a Pomeranian.
I don't know what's that. Okay, part B. Part B, remember, 81 is 3 to the power of 4. Yes. Sorry? Which question? Oh, this one. 9x cubed times x9. So 9 times 1 is still 9. X cubed times x9, you add the power. So it's 9x to the power of 12. Number deals with number, letters deals with letters. Okay, so this one is A part 1. Okay, part B, 27 is 3 cubed. So this one means 3 to the power of 4p, 3 to the power of q, 3 to the power of 3r. So remember indices, when we divide, you subtract the power. So this is 4p minus q. Okay, when you divide, you subtract the power. So once they are equal, you can compare the power already. So it tells me that 4P minus Q is 3R. So Q, I bring over, will be 4P minus 3R. That's the answer. Okay? So many things that I need to tell you. Okay, the next one is the congruency and similarity that y'all anyhow ASS test also come out. I thought I tell y'all before there's no ASS test. Still got at least 3 of you writing ASS. Everything I say cannot do, y'all do. Don't know why. Y'all just like to challenge y'all. I tell y'all to study hard. So that y'all will really not study. Okay, this one. First of all, they tell you a very important thing that ABCD is a trapezium. When it's a trapezium, they are telling you that these two are parallel, these two lines. Although they never say clearly, but they tell you it's trapezium. Trapezium has a set of parallel lines. Okay, next is they tell you that AE is parallel to BC. So AE is parallel to BC. So this is what the question tell you. And then next one, they also tell you that BE is parallel to AD. So in other words, can you see that you have two parallelograms? So from this, right? Okay, we know that with two opposite parallel lines, therefore ABED and CE are parallelogram. So the moment you have this, you are invincible. Because if you have that, it's very easy for you to prove this triangle is congruent to this triangle. Okay, because first thing first, if I refer to this parallelogram, I know that this side, the opposite sides of parallelogram are equal. So I can write AE is equal to BC. Opposite sides of parallelogram. Okay, so this is one pair. The next pair I can conclude is this one. These two sides are the same. So I can say AD is equal to BE. It is also opposite sides of parallelogram. So the last thing I need is, of course, an angle. Or rather, do I have a side that is equal? If you want to use SSS, you may. You can tell me that DE, this DE is equal to AB, is indeed equal to EC. Also opposite sides of parallelogram.
So if all the same reason can.
Can. Then from here you can tell me by SSS test. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle BEC. Just be logical and sequential in your steps. Some of you use corresponding angles. That means you tell me this angle equal to this angle. Then you use SAS, also can. So these two are called corresponding angles. Okay, these two are. And then you end up using SAS test. Also correct. No single test to prove this. Okay, I'm just showing you one possibility. Okay, I know my time is up, but let me just very quickly show this one. When you see two terms, is a square minus b square. When you see 3 terms, is the calculator method I showed you just now. When you see 4 terms, do 2 by 2. Okay? So how to do 2 by 2? First is look at this. Oh, you need to regroup them because they don't share anything in common. So rearrange them so that they share something in common. The first pair, they share an x and they share 3. Second pair, they share y in common. So I'm going to take out 3x. So left 3w. 3x take out already, doesn't disappear, become 1. Okay? This sign must follow, cannot disappear. This sign must follow. So take out y. When you take out y, it doesn't become nothing, it become 1. Okay, if you have same but different, you must flip. When you change this, flip the sign in front. So this one become minus when you change their direction. So once they are exactly the same, now you can take out the 3w minus 1. So when you take out, it becomes 3w minus 1, 3x minus y. Okay, this one, when you see 2 terms, is a square minus b square. But when they share something in common, take out first. So take out the 5. Okay? When you want to split it up, this one must be something square minus something square. So this one change to x square. This one change to 4y square. Can you see? So that they are perfect squares. Once that is done, then you change this to a plus b, a minus b. But look carefully. Why would they give you 3 marks if it's a 2 steps? So taking out 5 is 1 mark. Splitting into 2, another mark. Where is the last mark? Because this one can split some more. Can you see this is an x square and this is also another perfect square? So if you can see carefully, this one I can write like that. So this one can split further into a plus b, a minus b. So if you can see this, you get all 3 marks. Okay? So that's it. A lot to cover. You just revise the specimen paper. There's a lot of technique that you can use for prelim. Okay? I'll bring the next lesson. I still got some that I need to go through. The number pattern, polygons, polygons, matrices. Yeah, arc length, sector area, circle property, set notation also. Angle of elevation, depression. In fact, still a lot that I can go through. So this paper, please bring the next lesson so that I can go through. I think it's tomorrow, right? So tomorrow we will go through before you sit for your time practice. That is an aircraft divided by business class, premium and economy. Yes. Is can be better lah. Yeah, it's an improvement from your previous work lah, but how can you skip the first question?
Because it's easier.
Okay, so B is 15. Ayo. B is 15, 80, 152. And then return flight is 1375x. So this one just copy. Make sure you copy correctly. Next is the multiplication. So if you have not been very well versed with matrix, Sailesh, please pay attention to this part. This one you know how to do. Then you say don't know matrix. Horizontal times the vertical. Okay, so later I'll find some vectors question to do. So horizontal times vertical, each entry times each entry. So it is, I don't have my calculator. 15 times 280 plus 80 times 120 plus 152 times 90. So your first entry that you see there will be what? Where is my question? 18. Okay, here. you will get first entry being 27480. Then you move on to the second row, multiply by this same column. So you will end up getting 12640 plus 90x. So these two entry, if they say these two correct, then you get 1 mark each. So make sure you get it right. Next one, it says that the ticket sales for the return flight was 1,360 more than the ticket sales of the outward flight. So this is return. Okay, this is the outward.
Much calculation needed for 1 mark.
So yes, so you just subtract this, okay, with this, and the difference is 1360. That's what they are trying to say. So you go and simplify. 360 plus 27480 minus 12640, x will give you 180. So matrices, it's a giveaway. Please get the marks. Okay, next one is polygon. I will recap the 3 important formulas for polygon. Every year there will be one small question on it. One small one only, not a big one, small question. So let's look at 19. Okay, first formula to remember, sum of interior angles. Sum of all the interior angles is always n minus 2 times 180 degree. N is the number of sides. Okay? And then sum of exterior angle, no matter how many sides, it will always sum up to 360. So to find one exterior angle, we always use 360 divided by the number of sides. So 1, 2, last formula, interior angle plus exterior angle always sums up to 180, not 360. So these are the 3 important formula for polygons to remember. So when you see this kind of question, it cannot go away from this information. So first thing first, if you can see, this is a 4-sided figure. So 4-sided figure, you will use 4 minus 2 times 180. So the sum of the interior angle is 360. So this 4 right angle is 360. Okay, next one. This is a hexagon because 6-sided. So this 6 angle is a 6-sided figure. So the total interior angle is 6 minus 2 times 180. So you get 720. So these 6 blue angles sums up to 720. So I want you to see that all the exterior angle, which is angle A, B, C, I just write A, B, C. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So all these are my exterior angle. If I add it to all my interior angle, which is the 360 and the 720, can you see that it actually forms 8 big full circles? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so 8 of these 360. So to find the unknown A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, it is just this, subtract your 360, subtract your 720. So A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So your answer would be 1,800. Okay? So always remind yourself, no matter how disgusting the diagram looks like, there must be correlation to the formulas you see here. They cannot test you anything beyond that. So don't overthink. Because you have 8 of these full circles. Yes. If I add all the exterior and all the interior, there's 8 total full circles. Because if I just look at a typical interior angle, this is my interior angle. My exterior angle always extends from one of the line, this one. So they always add up to 180 degree, not 360. Yeah. Okay, so this is the polygon one. So you remember the formula, put it to use somewhere. So even if you cannot do this question, you see how many sides you go and use this formula. You see how many sides you go and use this formula. You still get a method mark here. Okay, don't just leave the entire thing blank. Because all the interior and exterior total form 8 full circles. Can see that? Yeah, so my interior angles are these blue ones, as well as these red ones. So if you can see, the exterior ones are the black ones. Can you see it forms 8 full circles? Okay, so that's why times 8. Okay, this one like some drones like that. Okay, next one. Next one is circle properties. Sometimes circle properties, they like to add in x, which you don't like, but no choice. Okay, so circle properties, when they say you have a tangent line, you always remember tangent is perpendicular to radius. So this is the first important rule. So if you want to find OPR, this one, it will be 90 minus x degree, because tangent perpendicular to radius. So this is the first step that gets you your first mark. Must give a reason for each step. No reason, that step got no marks. So after you know this is 90, you know this is an isosceles triangle. So I can find what is, I straight away know that this is also equal to ORP, which is base angle of isosceles triangle. So this one also 90 minus x. Okay, so I can find angle POR. This is your second mark. So angle POR is 180. 180 minus 2 times of this 90 minus x. Okay, so this is the algebra that you all make mistakes with. Minus 2 times 90 is minus 180. Minus 2 times minus x is positive 2x. So you end up with this angle being 2x. So this is also isosceles triangle. So if you write like that, we will accept also. This is 2x. Okay, so if you can recall carefully, angle at circumference is this one. Remember, they must always either both frowning or both smiling, right? So this must match with this one. This is the angle at center. This is the angle at center. This is the angle at circumference. So the question wants me to find what is PQR. So PQR, I need to find this one first. So this is 360 minus 2x. So reflex of the angle POR is 360 minus 2x. So to find PQR, I half it. So they never say must simplify. If you never simplify, you can leave your answer like that. If you want to simplify, then give me 180 minus x. So the reason for this one is angle at center, 2 angle at circumference. Yes.
Why is this not angle at center?
This angle at center must be somewhere here, angle at circumference. So if it's this side, the frowning one, then the angle at center is the reflex one. Yeah. So this one you all must remember, special case. So angle at center got a few cases. If you all can still remember the F1 flag. So angle at center is double the angle at circumference. So this is 1. Okay, the other type is the rocket. Then like F1 flag like that. No? Okay, fine. The just a flag.
No, like it's not in this circle, right?
No. Okay, then next one is this one. The one that looks like a ribbon. But one of it is at the center. So this is 2x, this is x. The last case is this one. The one that looks like a kite. But take note that is this one and the one opposite. So only 4 cases for angle at center, twice angle at circumference. This is the one that they are testing you. Okay? Next one is the arc length sector area. Okay, so first thing first, I have a sector with a sector angle 2.2 radians. So when you see radians, right, you know you are using the formula on the first page. Arc length is r theta. First page shows this. Sector area is r square theta over 2. So the question wants the perimeter, means I want this slice plus these 2. So I not only need to find my arc length. So arc length is r times theta. I also have to add my 2 radius of 8.2. So 8.2 plus 8.2 plus 8.2 times 2.2. Give me the exact answer. Don't round off. Because it's 34.44, you just write the exact for me. Don't go and round off to 34.4. So this is the exact answer. Leave it as exact. This is the method mark. This is the answer. Okay, now next. Imagine yes. Degree formula. For arc length is theta over 360 times 2 pi r. For sector area is theta over 360 times pi r squared. Okay? Okay, imagine I paste the 2 red lines together. So the red line will be here. This 8.2, I paste them together, right? Then my arc length will become my radius at the bottom, because I join it together like a cup. So if you can visualize the color, right? I want to find the radius. I know my circumference of this circle is 2 pi r. And it is equal to this arc length. So if you can show me this step, you get your method mark. Radius is just this thing. Divide by 2 pi. So your radius is 2.87. Okay? So not pi RL. Pi RL is the sector area. So some of you use pi RL. If you are using pi RL, you are actually finding the area of this sector. This one. The slant surface area. Okay? So pi RL gives you, pi RL you will relate to the r square theta over 2. So it's a different question altogether. So not pi RL. L is the slant height, which is the 8.2 you see here. Okay, but in this question, we don't need it. Okay, next one. There 22, 23 is the sweep. 25 sweep. 26 also die. The last few questions is like taking all your marks away from you. No need 3 significant because this is exact. So when it's exact, leave it. They might not, but good to be safe. If everybody do very well, then they will penalize all these small things. If you get an easy paper, stop it. Be optimistic. Okay, let's look at this set notation. First, they tell you that in your universal set, you have 16, 17, all the way until 25 included. And then A is a prime number. So prime number means only have two factors, 1 and itself. So 17 is 1, 19, 23, 29. Oh, 29 is out. Only until 25, right? So multiples of 5 that is in this zone. So 20, 25. That's all. So my A and B only has these numbers. 17 is prime. 19 also cannot find other number except 1 and 19. 23 also 1 and 23 only. Cannot find another number that divides it. So when they ask you for the elements in this set, you need to give me the set. So 17, 19 and 23. And then I want A to union B first. So A union B is 17, 19, 20, 23 and 25. But question wants the complement. Complement means everything outside the union. So if you go and look at this range, what is outside? Is 16, 18, 21, 22 and 24. So this will be here. Okay, so you need to know what all the symbol means. This power 1 means complement. Complement means everything outside. Okay, outside of the set that they say. Union means you combine everything. You take everything. This one means intersection, means it must be common, the overlap. Okay, this one means union, you just take all. Okay, know the difference. Okay, now they say I have a Venn diagram. This diagram shows all the integers from 1 to 12. Use the correct statement from the list below and underline it. So number, this n means number of element. Number of element in the set P, I have 10 of them. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Only 6, where got 10? So this one is wrong. Okay, P union Q is everything in their union. So if you see there's 1, 3 and 10 that was not included, what they wrote was the intersection. So this one is also wrong. P complement. P complement is everything outside of P, all these numbers. P complement is everything outside of P. So is that a subset of Q? Subset means it must be inside Q. No, right? Because I have these 5, 7 and 9 and 11 all not inside Q. So it cannot be a subset. So that one is also not true. Okay, let's look at the other one. It says that 11 is not an element in the intersection between P and Q. So intersection between P and Q is here. And 11 is not in the intersection. Correct, right? So actually this statement is correct. Okay, when they write like that, it means does not belong to or is not an element of. So you must know what the symbol means. Last statement. Last statement, they say P complement. So everything outside of P. Let me just shade it first. Everything outside of P. Okay, everything outside of P. I want it to intersect Q. So the overlap is this portion only. This crescent. Okay? So they say it contains the set 5, 7, 9, 11. Nonsense. Okay? So you know this is also wrong. So only one statement is correct, which is that one. The rest are all wrong. Okay, next one. Question say, okay, my eraser needs to be bigger. Question say, can you count the number of elements that is in P intersect Q? So I go and look at P intersect Q, this part first. Okay, and then I want it to union everything outside of Q. Union everything outside of Q. So if we have a quick look, how many elements are there in this, all the shaded part? So you count all the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, right? So there's 10 of them. Okay, next. So we just do part by part. Don't need to worry about all the signs looking very scary. Just look at it part by part. First part says, I want P union Q first. So P union Q is everything in P and Q. This one. And then I want it to intersect everything outside of the intersection of P and Q. Everything outside of the intersection of P and Q. So which is this, except the middle section. So where is the double overlap? It is these two sections here. Only this part and this part. So total there's only 3 elements inside, 1, 3 and 10. So you just tell me there's 3. That's all. Don't write the elements for me. They say find the value of the number of elements. If there's no this, then you give me 1, 3 and 10. But because there's the n there, you need to give me 3. They just ask you to count how many. So don't be over worried about what they want. Yes. P intersect Q. Okay, so this is P intersect Q, this part, right? I want everything outside of this part. So P intersect Q complement is everything shaded in yellow. Okay, note the difference. So all this, please memorize all the different set that they ask you to shade or they ask you to do. Okay, next one, angle of elevation and angle of depression. This diagram is actually very simple. They say I have 2 buildings. I'm looking up. Elevate means look up. Yeah, that doesn't matter. I'm looking up from B to C. So I am here. My eye level is the horizontal line. I'm looking up to C with an angle of elevation of 40. That's what it means. I'm looking up by 40 degrees. Next is I'm going to look down to point C, depression, right? Look down to point C from A. So now my eye level is here. Eye level is always horizontal, horizontal line. I'm looking down by 32 degrees to point C. So I look down to point C by 32 degrees. So remember, it's always with reference to your eye level. This is the horizontal line. So if you look at it, my objective is to find this. And I know CD, this one. is 48.7. So in order to find the length AB, I need to have more info, right? So what you can do is you can help yourself by drawing another parallel line. And then you have two alternate angles. One here, one here. Okay, two alternate angles. So once you have that angle, actually one info is almost ready. All you need is one more unknown length. So maybe I will use this right angle triangle to help me find one unknown length of the triangle. So first thing first, this is my hypotenuse. My adjacent side is always next to the angle I've chosen, and this is opposite. So if I have opposite and I want to find H, I will use sine. Sine 40 degree is O over H. If you don't like this, you can just go ahead and use sine rule. Also can work. So I cross multiply, or rather I swap their position. So you will get sine 40. Okay? So BC is this length. You can choose to calculate first or calculate later, up to you. BC. Okay, so once you find BC, now you can easily find AB. So I zoom into the triangle. This is what I want to find. I know this angle is 72, so I have one pair. I just need one more pair. I know this length is this. I haven't calculated because I don't have calculator, but you can calculate later. I need this angle here, which I can find because this is perpendicular, right? So to find this angle, I just use 90 minus 32. So this angle is 58. So just use sine rule to find your AB. So AB over sine 72 is this length. 75.764. Okay, you can use this instead. Then sine 58. So to find AB, you just multiply this by this thing. Okay, final answer, you can give me 85.0, 84.96, anything to 84.97 they accept. Where is the group? Here. Okay, so this is angle of elevation and depression. The last, no, not last yet. Okay, this one is still not so bad. The 24 is not so bad. So most of you can do this. I want to find the probability that a female chosen has at least a handspan of 20 cm or more. So 20 cm or more is here. This group and this group and this group. So you can total the number. Here got 20. Here got 5. Here 1. So altogether 26 out of your 50 female. So put here, you get 13 over 25. If not, you give me 0.52 also can. Okay? Then which interval contains the median handspan? This one. How do you know median lies here? Because 50 females, if you plus 1 divide by 2, your middle person is at the 25.5 position. between your 25th person and your 26th. So you look at the first group here, you only got 3 of them. Here 3, Then this group, another 21. So up to this point, I only have 24 people. Your 24th person is here. So the 25th and 26th must lie in this group. So your median falls in this range. You can write like that. Or if you want to be very specific, you can write handspan trap between 20 and 22. So this is accepted. This is also okay. Last one, mean. So remember when we calculate mean, okay, you need to find total divide by total handspan divide by total number of people. So 3 people or in the mid range. So you need to find mid value between 16 to 18, so 17. Then between 18 to 19, the mid value is 19. So I have 21 of them. And then 20 of them in the 21 zone. 5 of them in 23. And 1 of them in 25. So remember, find the mid value of the interval. Divide by 50. So you should get 20.2. So this is your mid value. Okay, wait, I put my other meal beside. Then I don't have to draw again. Okay, last part wants you to compare between the male and the female. So one thing you can compare without much calculation is range. Range is the largest minus the smallest. So female is 10. Okay, but for the male is 28 minus 20. So male is 8 for the range. So you can comment on the range by telling me that male, okay, the males have a smaller range of handspan. How long the range of hand span. Okay, next one. On average, if you want, you can go and calculate the mean for male. Okay, do a quick calculation for the mean. What is it? 23.16. So if you calculate the man versus the female, you realize that on average, the male has a longer handspan than the female because of higher mean. So you can also comment on that. So on average, okay, the males larger or longer than the female since they have a higher mean. Okay, why this case we never use IQR? Because IQR is tougher to calculate for your histogram. So that's why using range in place of IQR. Okay, but if you want to go and calculate IQR also can. Then you tell me consistency. But just to remind you again, IQR, the smaller it is, the more consistent it is. Okay, if something is more consistent, we say that it is more reliable also. So if you are ever asked about reliability, you want the one that is more consistent. Last question, finally. Oh no, second last. So you see, 2 full paper tells you your 4 years of math history. 10 years. 10 years. I never bring paper. One. Oh, pay attention. Well done. You still got one set. This one is.
What's that question?
Hey, I never pass you. Just reels one. Right? Oh, the front page. Oh, I give you this. So I write name. Huh? Haven't. I need to post the. No, I just post yesterday, but I haven't. Huh?
So you're gonna give them the I got more.
A lot already, huh? Okay, I will. We put. You pass to me on Thursday. I put at the general office. Ask the mom to come and collect on Thursday. Okay, last one. No, second last one. It is a frustum. Oh my god, frustum. Okay, frustum is always the difference of two of the similar solid being cut out. So for instance, if you have a pyramid, this is the frustum. Okay, if you have a cone, if you cut out a smaller cone from the bigger one, then this part here is also called the frustum. It's just the term for it. Okay, but just that this one is two square base pyramid. But it can work for cone also. Okay, so if you look at this, they say this is the side view. This part that you see here, they say this is the side view. So they say, can you use similar triangle to find x? So we compare the small triangle with the big one. So the small triangle base x, you compare with the big triangle base 7.5. And then the small triangle height, which is 8, you compare with the big triangle height, which is 10. So to solve for x, just cross multiply your 7.5, and then you will get the length to be 6. So this height, this base here is 6. Done deal. So 6, 7.5, vertical height here is 2, the whole thing here is 8, the biggest height is 10. So actually they give you everything that they can give you already. Okay, next is they say, can you calculate the mass of the glass block? The glass block, they are referring to this green portion. Okay, so in order to find this, I need to find the volume of the big pyramid minus the volume of the big pyramid minus volume of the small one. So pyramid is 1/3 base area times height. This is the standard formula. So big one is 1/3. My base area is the square of 7.5 times 7.5. My height is the full height 10. Small pyramid 1/3. My base area now is the 6 by 6. And then my full height is 8. So when you take the difference between the two of them, you get the green glass block. But all this calculation is in cm cube. And they say 1 cm cube is 2.6 grams. So your answer here, you times 2.6, you get the mass. So final answer, you will end up getting 237.9 grams. Okay, if I'm not wrong, here writes 91.5. This one is 2.6. Oh, no, the whole thing is 9.5. Okay, so that's how you calculate. So usually the shapes are not very difficult one. It's cone, it's pyramid, but it always involves similar triangle. Sometimes involving V1, V2, L1, L2, Q. So don't be scared. Don't be scared when you see the question have scary shapes. Always got similar triangle here. Then the second part talks about volume or area. And sometimes it involves this ratio. They will give you the volume of the small one, ask you to find the big one. Let's say they never give me other dimension. So I already know that the ratio is 8:10. Example, this is L1, L2. So I say that the volume of the small one is 25 cm cube. Can you find the volume of the big one? Then you go to the ratio. V1 over V2 is 8/10 cube. Then you cross multiply and solve. Cross multiply V2 times this 25. So V2 is 25 divided by this whole thing. So second part I can change to something like that. Or I can give you area. Then instead of cube you square. Okay? Last one is the number pattern. Although I don't know why, test so many times already, you still refuse to remember the formula. Then you say, got learn formula before meh? Okay, but learn now. So they will always ask you for the nth term of a sequence. So remember the formula for now. Nth term formula is always A plus n minus 1 times D. The A means the first term. First term in the sequence. The D means the constant difference. So if you look at the sequence you are given, the constant difference is always a +4. Okay, the first term in the sequence is 10. So if you follow the formula, 10 plus n minus 1 times 4. So this is the formula they want. Go and expand out. So you will get 10 plus 4n minus 4. 4n plus 6 is the formula. The unknown is n minus 1. So this one will change according to your difference. This one will change according to your first term. Okay, then they ask you why is 264 not a term? You go and solve the formula. So you get 258. And then you will realize that you cannot find a whole number for n. So since n is not an integer, that's why you never prove 264 is not a term in the sequence. Because we cannot find the 64.5 term. There's only 64 and 65 term. Don't have 64.5. Okay, and then the last one, it says if I add up all the first n terms, this is the formula given by Reid. So they say using algebra, if the sum of the first n term is 384, that means this thing here is 384. Can you solve for n? This is just a quadratic equation. When you have a quadratic equation, you can use quadratic formula. Negative b plus minus b square minus 4ac over 2a. So if you calculate, your n will be minus 16 or 12. So this one cannot be. You cannot have a negative term. So n must be 12.